All right. Welcome. Forest Night out in St. Louis. Excited for today's training. I'm going to go over and show you how to set up a Google Sheets for follow-up. And this is talking to anybody that has customers, you're building a team, you need a follow-up system that's easy, that's affordable. Well, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google is free. All you have to do is set up a Gmail account, and we're off and rocking and rolling. So I'm going to go through this step by step. So this live is going to be a little bit longer than normal, but the cool thing about it is you'll be able to catch the entire recording. And if you'd like the pre-built Google Sheets that I'm actually building now for you, you can simply go to this URL right here at equityfxacademy.com. You can go there. If you want to go there now, you can actually watch this live there. I won't be able to see your comments, however. You can catch the live there. It should be streaming in there. Let me hit refresh and see if that is the case. Won't be able to see your comments. Yep. It is commenting there. It's going to ask you for your email address, which has to be a Gmail. You have to use a Gmail address to get in there. So share your Gmail address. If you don't have one, you got to go in and set up one to use Google Sheets anyway. So you'll have to set that up to use it. But I'm going to walk you through every single step and show you how to do this. Absolutely cool. If you have a team, if you have a system, if maybe you're using notebooks, you're not quite sure, and you need a place to follow up, this is absolutely cool. I love it. So we're going to walk through this, and hopefully everything is going to go fine. And I have nothing to drink here. I got a little bit of water, so it should be good to go. All right. So let's do this. Let's do this. So if you don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I'm a social media marketing strategist and coach for the Higdon Coaching Group. I coach entrepreneurs and network marketers on how to make money and build online businesses. Absolutely fun. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be an equity creator. I hope you are too. So check this out. And I'm a full-time network marketer, which is very neat accomplishment there. So I'm very proud of myself for that one. So check this out. Screen share. Let's go. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to pull up my sheets here. Everybody should be able to see this okay. And again, if this recording, this will be available when you go to the web page. So when you actually go to this page here, you'll be able to see it. You're going to put your email address in there and say get sheets, and it's going to bring this right up for you. So it'll be all cool. And I'll actually embed this recording in here after the live is over. So you'll have it there. There'll be a copy, and I'll even put a link on the sheets here for you. So if you get lost, you can click back to this training and rewatch this. This is very simple. So what I did was I laid this out in a fashion, and I doubled up on these columns, and this is all editable. So you can edit it anytime you want to. I'm going to walk you through. So you see over here, I have date or date sold. The date can be today's date or the date sold. The next I've got the customer or prospect's name, or a customer or prospect, depending on what you're doing. If you're network marketing, of course, it'd be a prospect name. If you have a phone and email, if you've just sold a product or service, you put their phone and email in here. If you have their social media URL, maybe you found them on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, somewhere like that, paste that in there. We'll talk a little bit about this. This is going to make it really easy for you to follow up on social media. This is a big deal. I'm going to put bold on this one here, and I'm actually going to highlight that because that's your big deal, especially if you're doing any kind of prospecting on social media. The tool sent or comments, depending on what you want to do. If you send a tool, a 15-minute overview, send them a Zoom or something like that, go in this column. Your source, where did you find them? LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I forgot what VRP is. I don't know what that is. Anyway, you can add sources in there, presentation tool or sold items. So maybe you sold them a car, a piece of furniture, or you sent them a presentation tool. Maybe it was a Zoom, an 8-minute presentation or something like that. Whatever that you want to put in there. And of course, your first follow-up date. And when you put this date in here, it's going to trigger all the rest of these follow-up dates. So let's walk through this real quick. I'm going to go in and grab some people. Let me jump over here and grab a couple of my peeps from Facebook so I can show you how this works. Actually, I'm just going to grab me from Facebook. How is that? And I'll show you how this works. This is pretty neat. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to grab this. I just reached out to this really cool guy. His name is Forrest, right? And I sent him a message and said, hey, dude, you open it. I'm expanding my online business. Curious if you'd be open to taking a look at what I'm doing. He says, yeah, sure. I'll take a look at it. So what I want to do is I'm going to put today's date in here, or maybe he's a customer. Maybe I sold Forrest a car or a piece of furniture, whatever. It's going to be today's date in here. This is the date that he agreed to. Well, so today is the 11th, and it is 2021. I'm going to put the customer's name in here. So we'll just call me Tony for my middle name there, which is actually Anthony, but I don't go by Tony, so don't call me that. Put my phone number in here, right? So we have that. I don't know what I just typed in for my phone number. And I'm going to go through every single step here. So if you get bored easily, sorry, I'm going to put my email in here. So it's Forrest at equity.fxacademy.com. Just like the scrolling across the bottom of the screen there. Funny, huh? Then I'm going to paste my social media URL in here. We're going to come back and talk about that here in a minute. The tool that I sent him. So what did I send him? Now, again, you can put comments in this area, or you can put the presentation tool over here. Totally up to you. It's whatever you want to put in this space is fine. Put the tools in here. I put presentation tool on this side as well. So if you want to delete either one of these columns, you can simply come up to the top, highlight F, right click on it, and delete the column. Again, this complete form is editable, so you can edit any of these things. You can add any of these into. If I want to add another column here, stay to the left of my name, I want to add it another field. I just click up here on the D, right click it, insert column to the left, and we're off and running. So that's how you can add or remove a column, by simply clicking at the top. I can also move these around. If I want to move this down this way or something, I can do that. Add another field, copy and paste, and put that in there. So tool sent. I sent him an 18-minute presentation. I sent him an 18-minute overview. All right. So I sent him that overview. And where did I find Forrest? I found him on Facebook. So again, this can be a comments area. I might put in the comments or items sold, whichever way you want to go. So I can cut this, and I can put the presentation tool over here. Right. Put the presentation tool over here in comments. I can say he's in car sales, right? So I know he's in car sales. That might be my note. If you're selling an item, maybe you sold a car, you put the date sold in here, your customer's name, their phone number, their email address. If you have their social media URL, you can. If not, you can delete this column or maybe use it for something else. What type of vehicle you sold them, right? You can put that in here or over here. Again, these are completely customizable. You can type whatever you want to in any one of these areas. But the part that I want to show you, where we get into all the fun stuff, so you can adjust these and edit these columns any way you want to, so you can choose your source. So into the sourcing column here in column G that I have, you see I have Facebook. If I want to change these sources, so for example, maybe you're in car sales or furniture sales. Let's say you're in car sales and you want to change these sources. You're going to right click on this. You're going to come all the way down here to where it says data validation. You're going to open this up, and I can change my sources. So maybe my source would be cars.com, Edmunds, TrueCar, Car Soup, whatever. Maybe the whatever you can put in here, but you got to separate each one with a comma, right? So you notice there's commas in here, and they can all touch. You don't have to put a space. So it's just, I've got LinkedIn, comma, Facebook, comma, Instagram, comma, Twitter, comma, and however you understand it. So whatever your source, where did you find them? Maybe you ran an ad on Google Ads. So maybe it's a Google ad, a Facebook ad, Facebook Marketplace, wherever they came from, you can do that. And once you set this up, what you're going to do is, you'll see how this is highlighted with this little square right here. There's a little bitty square, and if I put my cursor over, it's going to turn into a cross. And once I add in those data validations, so I'm in here, I updated all my data validations in this first column. I'm going to hit save, so I've got all my information. I'm going to come here in this little bitty square. I'm going to grab it with my cross, and I'm going to pull it down as far as I want to go. So maybe normally I know I get X amount of customers or sales, so we'll just go to 50 for right now, and I pull that all the way down to the bottom. So every single one of these in my pull downs, now I shouldn't all say Facebook. Clear those out, so y'all are getting confused. The reason I put Facebook, I should have cleared this first and then did it like this. And then did it like that, and you'll see all the data validations are still in there. So did that, apologize for that. So again, presentation tool, you can edit this and make these columns whatever you want to call them, right? So maybe it's a three-way call. Maybe it's a follow-up. Maybe you sold them a camper, whatever. Maybe it's the vehicle sold, the type of item. Maybe you sold them a couch, some eyeliner. Just depends on what you want to use this form for. You can use it for whatever you want to, depending on how you want to set this up. Again, you got customer and or prospect, phone number, email, social media URL if you have it. We're going to come back to that one here in just a minute when we actually get into follow-ups. So here's the fun part of the sheet. Here's the fun part of the Google Sheet. So in here, you notice my first follow-up date. So for example, I talked to Tony. I said, la la. He said, yeah, send him the presentation. He says, cool. I said, how soon do you think you can watch it so I can schedule a follow-up with you so you don't slip through the cracks? He's going to be, we'll do follow-up tomorrow. So tomorrow is the 12th. So I said, great, I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow. So I'm going to put 6/12/2021. And you'll notice I use the backslash, which is on the question mark here, and to separate these. And you'll notice it automatically fills in the rest of these dates. So I've got a 4-day here, a 15-day, a 30-day, a 45-day, a 60-day, and a 90-day. Now, the formulas for this, they're in this sheet. If you'll notice when I hover over this, come all the way over here, here's the formula. Equals date value, in the parentheses, I2 plus 4. So this is column I2, my date. So it's 4 days. I've got a 4-day follow-up in here from my date. Now, typically, what we teach when I'm teaching my coaching clients for network marketers, if you send a presentation out to them and you have an appointment scheduled with them and they ghost you, they don't show, you do a 4-day follow-up. So the 4-day follow-up with calendar here. So that's going to be my 4-day follow-up position here, which is going to be the 16th. You notice I put and or 7-day. Now, most car salespeople have a 7-day. You want to do your first day follow-up all the time. That's like next day follow-up. I recommend when you sell somebody something, you follow up the same day with them and say thank you. Network marketer is a little bit different, but if you sell somebody a car, a house, a couch, or something like that, I would do a quick little video that says, hey, thanks for your purchase. Truly appreciate it. Enjoy your car, your furniture, your house, whatever it is. And you send them a quick little video and you say thank you. Then you tell them in that video that I'm going to follow up with you in a couple of days. So if you want to change this, I put 4-day in here. This could be 4 days. It could be 2 days. It could be 7 days. All you got to do is come over to this formula and change the 4 to a 2. So watch what happens if I change it to a 2. It's now, since the first follow-up day was the 12th, it is now changed to the 14th. Let's say I want it to be 7 days, right? I come up here, I change that to 7, and it's now 7 days. So it's 7 days from this date right here is the date that it's going to happen. It's from I2. So this is I2. This is column I2. If the column changes, then that would change. And you'll notice these dates stay the same. This is 15 days. So let's say I want to do my next follow-up here from this date. Instead of waiting 15 days, let's say I want to do 10 days. So I come over here and I can change that to 10 days. And it's 10 days from this date right here. So these are all interchangeable. Now, so you don't have to go and type the formula. You can simply do the same thing again. You can highlight over this little square in the bottom, and you can drag it over this way. Now you'll notice all the dates are going to be the same. This isn't 45 days. It's still 30 days. So what I want to do is I want to come up and I want to change this to 45 days. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change this to my 45 days. And it'll automatically calculate 45 days from this date here. I want to make this 60 days. Click in it. Come up here. Change this to 60. Same thing for my 90-day follow-up. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change the number from 30 to 90. And you can go out as far as you want to, and you can choose any dates that you want to follow up with in here. Now that I've chosen these dates, I'm going to grab this and I'm going to pull this down like this, right? Down to match everything here. So we'll pull it down about that area. And you'll notice it's going to say value is nil, simply. So there's nothing, or null. I'm sorry, value is null. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'll pull that one down. I'll pull this one down. And I'll pull this one down. And as you add leads or prospects or solds onto this list, if you need to pull these down, you're just going to highlight the low corner here and pull it down the page. Each one of these, and just highlight the area and pull it down the page. So anytime I type a number in this box over here, let's say my 1-day follow-up is say the 15th, or maybe I set a follow-up that says, can you call me in 2 days? So 2 days would be the 13th. So it'd be 6/13/2021, and it automatically goes in and fills in all the numbers. So I come and follow up. Now, watch this. So Forrest says, or Tony says, yeah, go ahead and follow up with me. Today's the 12th. I come up here. Now, let's say I've got a whole bunch of people on here and they all got different dates, right? Every date in here is different for my follow-up. So first thing I want to do is I want to come up here and I'm going to just click anywhere in an empty box and I'm going to do Control F, and it's going to bring Find in Sheet. I'm going to type in the date for people that I want to find in the sheet. So let's do this. I want to show you guys this here. So let's change this to 6/12/21, and then we'll do another one. 6/12/21. Right. So I've got 16s in here. So say today is the 16th, and I've got a huge list of people. So rather than try to pick and scratch through my follow-ups, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in 6/16/2021, and it's going to highlight all my follow-ups for the 16th. So everybody that I have for a follow-up for the 16th, it's going to highlight that number. Now I changed that to a 7, so I'd have to change this back to a 4. So it's going to highlight everyone that I have to follow up on the 16th. And it doesn't matter if it's a 4-day, a 15-day, a 30-day, a 90-day, or whatever. Everybody that's due to have a follow-up on the 16th, when I get to the 16th. So tomorrow, since tomorrow's the 12th, I would come in and I would type in 6/12/21. And on the 13th, I would type in 6/13/21. And as you add people to this list, these numbers are going to get cray-cray over here. So what do I do next? How do I keep track of who I followed up with? So tomorrow's the 12th. I come in here. I call Forrest. Let's say, for example, he doesn't answer. He misses the appointment. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to highlight this. This is you. You can do whatever color you want to. I highlight it in orange. Then my next follow-up day is the 16th. So when I get to the 16th, I'm going to type in 6/16/21 up here. Everybody that's highlighted I'm going to come down and I'm going to work my way through the list. You can see it highlights it. So all I got to do is come over my little arrow. There's my first one. There's my next person I need to follow up on the 16th. There's the next person I need to follow up with the 16th. And anybody that has a date anywhere over here, this is the 16th, I'm going to follow up with that's due on that day. And as I go through the follow-ups, I like to highlight them in orange. So I do my 4-day follow-up to say that he ghosts me or whatever on that day. Of course, then I would hit an orange. I'm going to follow up. And anytime I have a completed follow-up, regardless of the action of the other person, I hit completed there. Now let's say I talked to Tony and he says, no, I'm out. I would come and highlight my entire row in red. If maybe it's a sale, I would highlight it in green if they're an active prospect. So that's how you use this Google Sheets. I'm trying to think if there's anything. This is your primary area over. This is your formulas. All of the areas on these columns over here, you can edit them to make them convenient based on what you're selling. So you can add in columns. Again, how to add a column, you simply click at the top of a column, you right click it, and I can insert a column to the right or I can insert a column to the left. If I insert one to the left, I simply click it there. It adds another column. I can put a title up here and I can do that. Now I like to highlight my top row and I like to put it in bold. And to say I want to freeze this. So as I scroll down the page, my top row scrolls with me. I can freeze the pane, so I can simply come up here and highlight this. I'm going to come to format. Hold on. Freeze, no rows. I'm going to freeze one row. So now as I scroll down the page, you'll see my row 1 stays where it's at. So I always know what column I'm on for what I'm working on, regardless of how far down this sheet that I get. I've frozen that top pane, that top row in there. Again, if I want to remove a column, I simply come up, click in the alphabet at the top, and I can delete the column. Now remember, columns go up and down, rows go across. So be careful when you're doing this, because if you delete a row, you might delete a bunch of formulas in here. You can always come back and copy and paste and come back and refer to this. So hopefully you got some value out of this. If you want my crazy Google follow-up sheet, simply go to this link right here, the Equity Effects Academy. Give me your email address. It has to be Gmail. Give me your Gmail address, and I'll get you hooked up with this Google Sheets. I'm going to go ahead and I'll get this recording loaded up so that you have the recording there, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. It's Forrest out in St. Louis. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Go out and crush it. Get your follow-ups done. That's where the money is made. They say it takes 5 to 12 contacts to make a good impression after the sales follow-ups. If you want to get referrals and stay on top of your contacts so your boss doesn't get mad at you, make sure you have some type of follow-up system. I like this because it's easy. You can adjust it. You can edit it. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. All you got to do is learn how to watch these formulas. Got some value? share your number one takeaway. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be an equity creator. I hope you are too. Enjoy. Bye-bye.